Hey, what's up YouTube? Well, I'm finding another moment this week to make a video. What do you know? Well, I better enjoy it while I have this opportunity to make multiple videos a week, because once I go back to my mom's house for my birthday, hoping that I do, I won't be able to make videos for a while. So anyway, what I'd like to talk about today is pretty much the same things I always talk about. I just want to start out by saying that I'm very frustrated with the moon, and how, because we are so close to the new moon, there's nothing to see through my telescope. It would be so nice to go outside, because I know that it's out. It's a daytime moon because it's so close to the new moon. It'd be lovely to go outside with my telescope and take some pictures with my new phone of the day moon, which I'm just learning how to take pictures through my telescope. So I find myself going back to my old phone because it's just so hard to figure out how to do it with this new phone. Okay, it would be so awesome, and I like the Perfect Touch on this new phone. It does a much better job than my old phone. Okay, but unfortunately, the moon is just too small to see. And I wish someone would have explained that to me when I was younger, and they probably did, I just don't remember it. That basically the new moon is just the moon in silhouette. It's the polar opposite of the full moon. And so basically, the full moon is out pretty much only at night, and the new moon is out only in the daytime, and it's too small to see. Okay, so basically the percentage of the moon that is lit up is directly correlated, or it correlates directly. There's a direct correlation between the percentage of moon that's lit and the percentage of time that it spends out in the night as opposed to a day. If it's a day moon, then it's a smaller moon. The smaller the moon, the more time it spends out in the daytime, because the far side is lit to the same extent that the earth is. Okay, so anyway, and that's why it rises later and later at night. So basically, when it's nighttime on Earth, it's daytime on the moon that's facing Earth, the side of the moon that's facing the Earth. Okay, so I wish I'd have understood that, but I think to an extent I probably did and just forgot. So as much as I'd love to go take pictures of it, I can't, because it's a little bit cloudy, and it is also getting close to the new moon. So anyway, enough about that. I did go to the store the other day, and I bought this little Hula Dancer. And that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that it is very unlikely that I will be getting Paramount Plus in the near future. And so unless and until they put those Rugrat episodes, those new CGI Rugrat episodes, on the regular Nickelodeon station, or somewhere that they're available for free, then I just probably won't be seeing them. Okay, and I guess, a lot worse things can happen. But, my dad is basically saying that while I can get another streaming service, preferably a cheaper one, he's not going to pay for Paramount Plus just for the Rugrats. Okay, and especially knowing what my parents now know about it. That they're basically going to have Betty be gay, so to speak, just to try to cram that down kids' throat. Okay, so basically it is unlikely that I will be seeing the Rugrats, and with every passing day it's getting to the point where I don't really care that much. I used to care a lot, but from what I see, I just feel like I've seen enough of it that I don't really need to see any more of it, And I bought this little Hula Dancer girl to remind me of really the only, basically, my obsessions are very specific. And so I'm specifically obsessed with, well, you know what I'm obsessed with. That third movie, that third Rugrats movie, where Angelica is dressed like this. And so basically, all I ever see of the CGI Rugrats is, just basically more of the same, just clip after clip where Angelica is wearing that same purple dress. We never see her in her nightgown. We never see her in a bathing suit. And we certainly never see her in her underwear or diaper, not that I'm saying they should, because they kept that pretty much hidden all throughout the original series. So I guess, why not continue that tradition? But anyway, it just really makes me mad, that they changed what was good about the show, what was cute, sweet, and endearing about the show, like the fact that Susie could talk to adults just like Angelica. They made it impossible for previous Rugrats content to happen anymore with the current dynamics. And I just see no indication that it will be more interesting than the original. I mean, where is the episode where Angelica even goes barefoot, let alone dresses like this? It just really makes me mad, that they expect people to pay for a streaming service just to see something that isn't quite as good as the original. And what I mean by that, I don't mean the animation is bad, like a lot of other people have said. But what I mean is that I don't like what is now canon about the show. I really don't like it. I feel like they changed what was good about the show, but not the things that I would have changed about the show. As I've stated before, Chucky is the one that needed some new shoes, damn it. He needed some Velcro shoes instead of running around with his shoes untied. That is not realistic, okay? And the other thing, of course, that I would change about the show is I would never have made the potty episodes. I despise the potty training episodes. So if there's 2 episodes I could delete from the Rugrats database, if I could, I would just love to delete them. If I could delete 2 episodes, they would be Chucky versus the potty and potty training Spike for sure. And, all the other mentions of him needing to go potty. Because it just infuriates me, that they potty trained Chucky, but kept Angelica's bodily functions pretty much a mystery, okay? And while I'm not saying that they should make her bodily functions a bigger part of the show, I just hate the fact that they made Chucky's bodily function such a big part of the show, because from my perspective, it calls attention to the fact that Angelica's bodily functions are not mentioned to that extent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, other people might think it's funny or cute or something, but I don't. And the same thing goes for farting. When there's a guy farting in a movie, it does not make me laugh, because it calls attention to the fact that a woman doing the same thing would be unacceptable. See, that's the problem I have with it. It's like they have Chucky using the potty and they even show him, with his butt exposed. But what stands out in my mind is that they never do that with Angelica. Not even once. Not even once does she ever have her butt exposed on the toilet. So that's why I don't believe that she's toilet trained. And the other thing, I really hate it because, I just do not believe that boys can or should be potty trained at an early age. A 2-year-old boy is the equivalent of a girl that's still 1, okay? And a 3-year-old girl is more like a 4 or 5-year-old boy, okay? So they're not developmentally on the same playing field. It's like it makes about as much sense to potty train Chucky or expect that he should be potty trained as it does to have Lil or Kimmy going through it. Okay, so I really don't like the potty episodes. And I don't like the fact that, from what I can tell, the reboot will most likely maintain Chucky as a potty trained character. Which, just doesn't make sense to me. Because if I were to change something about the Rugrats, it would not be Susie's age or level of development, it would be Chucky. I would demote him to the status of a baby in a diaper, just like Tommy, with a pair of Velcro shoes. And it just really makes me mad, because I feel like that's the way it should have always been all along. You know, it should have just been understood that because Chucky is 2 years old, he's a boy, and he can't talk well, that he's just going to wear a diaper like Tommy until he's older. Okay? Just a regular tab diaper. You know, not a pull-up, not training pants, just a regular diaper. Okay? And I'm not convinced that any of the kids are potty trained to my standards. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically gas trained, if you will. And I've already talked about what that means. I will not even fart in my clothes. Okay? So before this video gets too long, I'd just like to wrap it up by saying that I do not like the reboot and the things that they changed, and I don't see any reason to suspect that anything is interesting about it, like the third movie. You know, Angelica's bare feet were basically, you know, the reason I really wanted to see the movie. And then of course I discovered what I learned about it later on. So yeah, I don't see it as being more interesting than the original. You know, the CGI and the novelty of it can only be so exciting, and then it's like, oh well. So I really don't think it's worth pushing the issue to get Paramount Plus.